Here we're going to be looking at Sandisk's Sansa Clip Zip. Now, Sandisk has made several versions of the Sansa Clip. There's the original Sansa Clip, the Clip Plus, the Clip Zip like we have here, and then there's the newer model that I can't pull off the top of my head at the moment. But in the box, you get the Clip Zip, a pair of earbuds, and you get a short USB micro cable for charging and transferring music, plus your typical pamphlet of instructions. Now there's two versions of the Clip Zip. There's a 4GB model for storage, and then you've got an 8GB model. Now regardless of which one you get, they both have microSD card slots for expansion, so you can put up to 32GB of a microSDHC card in there to expand memory. I've got an 8GB card in here right now, and this is the 8GB model again. And so there's 16 gigs total that I've got in this Clip Zip. Now going over the way the Clip Zip is built, you got a small color LCD display for displaying things like the album art and the menus and everything as you're going through the player. There's your back button right here. Your play pause is up here. You've got previous and next buttons there. And then you've got kind of a little menu button down there, plus a central enter button. On this side, you'll find the up and down volume rocker, plus your USB micro port, again for charging and transferring music. On the other side, again, is where the micro SD card slot is. Your headphone jack is above that. And on the top is your power and sleep wake button. And then, that's what the Sansa Clip line is named after. You got a clip on the back, so you can easily clip it to a belt buckle, your shirt, wherever you need to clip the player. I'm going to turn the player on now. You get this little startup animation. And the average prices for the players now, the 4GB one averages about $20, and the 8GB averages around $40. So it's a pretty good price for what you're getting. As you can see, I was previously playing music on here from Black Sabbath. You can see it on there, and there's a clock sitting in the upper left corner, and your battery strength is in the upper right. I'm going to go back. We're in our song list right now. Go all the way back to the main menu. Now, the first one you'll get is the music, so you can click the center button. That'll bring you into your music, and you go in to places like your artist, albums, songs, genres, however you want to get your music categorized. And continuing on through, there's a built-in FM radio tuner on the Sansa Clip, and you can also record radio while you're listening to it. So if I'm listening to a radio station, like in this case I've got B101.5 here right now, while I'm listening to it, I can record the audio onto the player and listen to it again later. Say for instance you're listening to the radio and you hear your favorite song or something like that you want to record. Well, while you're listening, you just hit the record button in the menu while you're listening to the radio, and you can record that. Should be, see if I can find it here. Yeah, you can press down on that, and that gives you the radio options. On presets, you can click recording, and you can click the record now. So that's how you record from radio station. Continuing on, there's also a built-in microphone. Little pinhole is right here next to the power button. So you can go into there and you can hold it up to your mouth or wherever you want to record, and you can record audio from the microphone. So it also acts as a voice recorder. Again, it's another nice little nifty feature. And there's even a sport mode. You've got timers and stopwatches. So you can, again, with the clip on here, you're probably going to be using this in a sports environment, maybe like at the gym or something, exercising. And while you're listening to your music or listening to the radio or something like that, you can set a timer or a stopwatch, and this will give you an idea of how much time you've been spending. Then you go into your settings menu, and this is of course where we can configure various things about the system, music, audiobooks, podcasts, things like that. Now the audiobooks thing I couldn't get to work on here, but from my understanding, it's very picky about the audiobooks, the file formats, and what can be played on it. And even though Audible is supposed to be compatible with it, and that's what I've got in terms of audiobooks, I couldn't seem to get any of them to work on the player. Again, this is an older kind of player now from the newer ones with Audible support, but I haven't been able to quite figure out how to get that to work on here. And again, also as was present in the settings menu, you can also play podcasts on here. So if you're listening to a podcast that you're subscribed to, you can put the podcasts on here and be able to listen to those. And it does have an equalizer in the system settings as well. So you can go in there and set up an EQ while you're listening to the music and a couple of other things. So it gives you a lot of flexibility on listening, but again, there's also a lot of capabilities in this little player, like the voice recorder and radio recording and timer and stopwatch functions and everything else that's in this little player. So the Clip Zip is a nice little MP3 music player, and it's very convenient. It has a lot of features, has wide file format support, so you can play all kinds of things on here like WMA, WAV, MP3, so on and so on. I could probably put the whole list right in a little text annotation or something. But again, that is the Sansa Clip Zip portable music player.